Hello, and welcome back to my studio. My name is Sarah, and this is my painting journey. Today, I wanted to bring you a quick little video here about using unconventional materials for your paintings. And what I'm talking about specifically are makeup brushes from the Dollar General. So I found these at the Dollar General around the corner from my house. They are $1 a piece, or a pack of like 6 of them for like $4.50. So incredibly affordable. And surprisingly, they make a very fine mark. And they're very similar to watercolor brushes. I've found they hold a ton of water and a ton of paint, and they lay down marks very quickly on the canvas. So why use this instead of like just some cheap brushes from Michael's or something? Well, I found that, especially acrylic or oil brushes, the cheap ones, they tend to be very stiff instead of soft. And the good brushes can be out of some people's price range. If you're going to be paying $15 to $20 per brush sometimes, depending on the size of it, when you can still get a really nice effect with something that is much, much cheaper and much more affordable. So I'm laying in the sky and some clouds with a foundation brush, I believe it is. I first toned the canvas using a big powder brush and some very thin burnt sienna, which I wiped back with a paper towel, just to leave a little bit of a tone on that canvas, which is going to show through a little bit in the finished painting here. This is just a very loose landscape, just to demonstrate how these brushes work. I'm working wet into wet acrylic here very quickly. And these brushes allow wet into wet very nicely because they hold so much paint. They benefit from a little extra water in the paint, I've noticed, which is fine. They're not as sturdy for thick applications, but you can still lay down a very nice mark with them. Paint straight out of the tube is a little bit too stiff for them, I found, at least for the larger ones. But for this foundation brush, using fairly creamy paint, and it's laying down extremely well. I paint most of this painting with this one brush, actually. So it makes a nice mark for the foliage in the front, in the foreground here. And yeah, I really like these. These are going to be part of my painting repertoire, I believe. Find different uses for them. That was one of the angled eyeshadow brushes I used to define the tree a little bit. Nice thick to thin line, or thin to thick line there. Surprisingly good quality of marks with this. So the painting's just about finished here. Just a very loose, very rough landscape. Again, going back into the sky, working a little bit more blue into there. Came out kind of grayish. I'm using some old paint on one of my Stay Wet palettes for this, just to use it up a little bit. So, look outside the normal confines of what are thought to be traditional art materials. I wouldn't recommend using paint or actual paintbrushes from the Dollar Tree or the Dollar General, as they're really, really cheap and really low quality. But these makeup brushes are surprisingly good, and they're so cheap that I don't care if I ruin them. I tend to use my brushes pretty hard. I do a lot of scumbling and dry brush and scrubbing in of paint to really blend those acrylics, and that will destroy your brushes. These are my new scumbling brushes. They cost $1, and they're perfect for it. Now, Michael sells a scumbler brush, a couple of different ones, that are like $5.99 a piece, and they don't last. You wear them out in a painting or two. So why spend that much money for something that's going to wear out when you can spend $1 on something that you're going to wear out, that you know you're going to wear out as well? So those are my thoughts on using makeup brushes for acrylic. Surprisingly good marks. Again, they hold a lot of paint, and we'll see how long they hold up to regular use. I'm gonna keep using these, and yeah, so far I'm really enjoying them. If you have enjoyed this episode, please leave it a like, comment down below, let me know what you think. All my socials are in the link down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.